Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the featherweight bout between Billy Quarantillo versus Gabriel Benitez. And I see this one right here. So just start off the bat, very close fight. Fight could very much go either way, but what does that even mean? But let's get into it. I feel like the striking leans to, not Quarantillo, leans to Benitez. Power definitely leans to Benitez. Grappling, I lean to Quarantillo. Benitez, he trains at AKA, so I definitely feel like he's working on his wrestling, and it has worked on his wrestling. It's just a case of we have not seen him really have to deal with, a super credible wrestler. I don't think Billy Q is a super credible wrestler, at least offensively wrestling, but I think he will be one of the better offensive wrestlers that, that Gabriel Benitez will have faced. And I feel like that's the area where Gabriel Benitez still has not really proven. Another thing, matter of fact, I'm going to get straight to the point because it's a quick pick prediction video. I'm leaning to Billy Quarantillo because he's a fighter that will mix it up. Gabriel Benitez is a fighter that I feel like most mixed martial artists, they train every single area, but a lot of times they fall into one area that they like more. They might train everything, but they love wrestling. They're going to wrestle. They're going to be a grappler. They train wrestling, train grappling, but they prefer this to strike. And Gabriel Benitez is that. He's a fighter that prefers to strike. I don't think he has attempted a single takedown inside the UFC. And if anything, probably like one out of 6 or 7, 8, 10 fights. So he's not a fighter that's going to initiate any grappling. He's a fighter that's going to typically maybe a clinch, but not going to initiate takedowns or threaten with that or try to take the fight to the ground and use jiu-jitsu or anything like that. It's a fighter that's going to primarily strike, whereas Billy Quarantillo is a fighter that's going to mix it up. And I don't feel like the gap in that striking is all that great. And anytime a fighter is a close fight, I'm going to lean to the fighter that's going to mix it up. So in a tight matchup, the fighter that's going to do the extra stuff, the fighter that's going to throw in the other elements and get the other fighter worrying about the stuff. And just throw some heights and stats in there. Billy Quarantillo is 2 inches taller at 5'10" versus the 5'8" Gabriel Benitez. Gabriel Benitez has a 1-inch reach advantage at 71. So Quarantillo has the height, Benitez has the reach, but I feel like it's going to still feel like Quarantillo has all of height and reach advantages in this one. This is how he uses his reach. And then plus mixing in takedowns. So like I said, I see this as being a close fight, but Quarantillo doing the extra stuff. I feel like that's going to come back to bite Gabriel Benitez because he's not going to do other things. He might defend it well. He might be able to stuff all takedowns. But the fact that Billy Q is initiating clinch, is attempting these takedowns, and when he's doing these takedowns, what is it doing? It's putting your opponent backward because they got to defend a takedown. They're going to push back by momentum from your takedown attempt. Then against this cage, they got to work off the cage or work and try to circle out, and that's you pushing them back. That's you initiating the offense in a tight matchup. That's going to factor, especially if it's not like no big heavy gap anywhere in this fight. And I don't think it's going to be no big heavy gap anywhere on the feet, on the ground or anything. It's just the fact that Quarantillo is going to be the one mixing it up. So I see him getting a decision victory over Gabriel Benitez in a very tight matchup. So in this one, I have Billy Quarantillo via decision.